If you want drugs to lower your blood pressure, this isn't the video you want to watch. Blood pressure is measured with two numbers. The first number is the highest. The second number is a lower number. The first number is called systolic, and when your heart beats, it pushes blood through the arteries and the pressure rises because the blood is going through the arteries at a faster pace. And this is measured in millimeters of mercury. When the heart relaxes and it's not beating, then the pressure is lower in the arteries. That's called the diastolic number. As the numbers increase, the risk of heart attack and stroke goes up. The current guidelines for blood pressure are that you should have a blood pressure less than 120/80. Now, there are some controversies with that, but we're not going to discuss that in this video. The important thing is to understand that your blood pressure numbers are a reflection of your health. You don't want these numbers to just look good on your medical chart. You actually want them to be good as a reflection of how healthy you are. So let's cover 3 holistic ways that you can improve your blood pressure. The first is to pick a diet that will give you the best health. Now, there's lots of choices, there's lots of controversies. The one that seems to have the most research and is the most well supported is a Mediterranean diet. It doesn't really restrict anything. It's not high in protein, it's not low in protein, it's not high in fiber, it's not low in fiber. It's not high in fat, it's not low in fat. It's a very simple diet. The great benefit is that there's lots of polyphenols that will reduce free radical damage. It'll reduce inflammation. It's been pretty much well documented. It replaces saturated fat with monounsaturated fat like olive oil and avocados. It's a very healthy diet. The reason why it's not so popular, I think, is because it's just not polarizing. It's not trendy. Quite frankly, it's kind of boring to talk about. There's no real tribalism to it. You're not joining a community. It's a normal way of eating. Let me show you here what I'm gonna eat tonight. This is not the perfect ideal meal, but we had to get something. We are still waiting for our house to be fixed. So what we did, and this is a very inexpensive way to do it, is we just got a salad from Walmart of all places. How much was it was
like $4.
$4, and then a little less than $4. And then what I did was I got extra, they sell these hard-boiled eggs. So I got 2 extra eggs, and then you can pour olive oil in it. I also threw extra peanuts, some peanuts in there to add some protein. And hey, it's much better for you than a Big Mac and 2 Twinkies, right?
Right, cheaper than eating out.
Cheaper than eating out. So that's what I'm having tonight. Number 2 is stress reduction. The benefits of stress reduction is it'll lower your cortisol, it'll lower inflammation, and that's what helps you become healthy and your blood pressure goes down. It's very difficult. There's breathing techniques, there's learning how to cope, methods, techniques of learning how to deal with problems. There's lots of great books out there. I'll put a book down in the link that helped me. But you can choose your method, but ultimately, if you're walking around with your shoulders up to your ears and you're pissed off all the time and you're, one of those people that always puts negative comments on every video you see, you find someone that you don't like, so you go to every video and post negative comments about them. It doesn't help you. So to reduce your blood pressure, reducing stress is a big one. The third option is to do some type of movement every day that raises your heart rate up for a certain period of time. So what is that? Any type of exercise that does it. Basically get 180 minus your age, and that's what your heart rate should be when you exercise. How often should you do that? 3 to 4 times a week for about a half an hour. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're cycling, swimming, rowing, an elliptical, or treadmill. Hell, you could do Zumba dancing or just dancing around your house. There are 2 significant benefits from this. When you do cardiovascular exercise, first of all, it strengthens your heart. Your blood vessels and your heart get exercise, so they get stronger. The second thing is when you do this exercise this way, your body is going to produce more nitric oxide, which is a gas inside the blood vessels. When you do that, the blood vessels will dilate and relax for about 24 hours, depending on the overall health that you previously had. This lowers your blood pressure naturally, and the results of the exercise can be as significant as some medications. So my suggestion would be to simply take these 3 things and start implementing them in your life to see if they help you with your blood pressure. If you're really interested in diving into holistically lowering your blood pressure, then I have a video right here, right where Neil Diamond's face is, right over here. There'll be a box at the end of the video. Hang tight. It's going to be right here in just a moment. And that is my complete guide to lowering blood pressure naturally. Everything's free. I'm not going to sell you anything or anything like that, but it gives you a summary of everything you could possibly do. Some people find it a little overwhelming, so you can start with these 3. But if you really want to know more and get into this and solve this problem, this is the video for you. How you doing, Neil? You're awesome, man. I'm a fan. Grew up with Neil Diamond.